Druski. Druski and the BET Awards. Oh, wow. We got to unpack this, y'all. This is layered. This is very layered. I'll start right there. Let me first and foremost put this disclaimer out there. I don't watch the BET Awards. I can't tell you when was the last time that I tuned into the BET Awards. I remember watching it when I was younger, and I am one of those people that truly thinks that BET is a network that has went downhill over the years. I don't like a lot of what they stand for as far as how they represent black people. However, I will say this when it comes to the BET Awards, and keep in mind, I didn't watch it last night, but it does not surprise me that Druski is who they got to host the BET Awards this year. Why does that not surprise me? Druski is an entertainer. What does BET stand for? Black Entertainment Television. People have put BET on a pedestal for a long time as if it's a network that speaks for African American culture. And maybe back in the day, from the sense of hip hop and hip hop culture, it did that some, as well as R&B. But BET, I've never really felt like it was an accurate representation of being black in America. That's just my personal opinion. However, the fact that they picked Druski, who is one of the hottest entertainers on social media right now, it makes sense. It's a match. And when you look at Druski's target audience, from a marketing standpoint, it just makes sense. So, I know right now, everybody has different opinions, right? You have some people that are upset, very upset, mad at Druski because they said that he mocked God for his comments. You have some people that are upset with BET because they say, how in the world could they get somebody like that to host the awards? Then you have some people that are more along the lines of, well, he's calling out prosperity pastors and prosperity preachers, and he's calling out the show, the Americanized Christian show, that it is prevalent in some church congregations that there is an element of the show, the theater, entertainment. The way that I look at it, y'all, is this is layered. This is very layered. Because like I said, I didn't watch it, okay? I didn't watch it, but I've seen enough clips, and I may go back and watch it in its entirety just to look at it objectively. But I will say this. Christians, as a Christian man myself, and as a worship leader myself, when you are front-facing as a Christian leader, whether it be a worship leader, a pastor, preacher, an evangelist, anything, you have a responsibility to honor God in your conduct. That's not just publicly, but that's privately as well. However, you're held to a certain standard. And if the world is recognizing that standard, in this particular instance, comedian Druski, he's recognizing that standard with some, not all, but with some religious leaders as being false, fake, or prosperity driven. He has a point, because that does exist. However, I'm not saying that I agree with his methods, though, because we know that God is a God that is omnipotent, he's omniscient, he's omnipresent. He deserves the highest honor, glory, and praise. And so when we use certain language, there is power in the language that we use, even if the intent is not necessarily to mock God, but you're putting people on blast that mock God. I do believe that there's still power in those words. So, what are you saying, Chuck? As the hope dealer, what I'm saying is this. We need to pray. We need to pray for Druski and what he's doing. We also need to pray for those preachers, pastors, and evangelists and what they're doing, that maybe this will help wake them up and see some of the errors of their ways. We need to pray for the entertainment industry as a whole, because y'all got to remember, the entertainment industry is an evil industry. It is driven by some pretty diabolical people and systems and schemes, whether that be music or movies. We know it. We know that by now. There's enough evidence of that. So, my encouragement, whatever side that you fall on, don't operate in hate. Understand that it's good to listen to different viewpoints. That doesn't mean that you agree with everything, but it means that you listen to it, so that way when you make decisions, you can make them objectively and not just emotionally. That's my true and honest take on it, y'all. The BET Awards and the Druski situation. This the Hope Dealer. I love all y'all out there. Everybody out there. Stay hopeful.